dear students, last video I gave some question and answers to write, and I hope you have written and learned. Now I will continue my explanation about makers of the Constitution. Children, you learned that Constitution of India was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on November 26, 1949, but it come into force on January 26, 1950. Did you think at any time why? January 26 was chosen as the Republic Day because it was on this day in 1929 when the Declaration of Indian Independence was proclaimed by the Indian National Congress as opposed to the dominion status offered by the British rule. On December 31, 1929, Nehru hoisted the tricolor flag on the banks of the river Ravi and demanded what they demanded, International Congress, they demanded Purna Swaraj or complete self-rule. Okay, and the date they set for independence was January 26th, 1930. So that they choose January 26th as the Republic Day. Okay, now we learn what do you mean by preamble and what does it contain. Preamble is an introductory part of the Constitution. So you know the meaning of introduction, clear, the first part. Then preamble is an introductory part of the Constitution. So we can see this is a picture of the preamble, and here some letters are printed in capital letters. Why these words are printed in capital letters? We will find out what these words, okay, why these words are written in a capital letters. So in this picture you can see some pictures, especially we the people of India, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Okay, all these words are written in capital letters. What is importance? Okay, so the importance I will explain that. First thing, first word I told you that we the people of India. What is the meaning? Okay, we the people of India means we are the source of authority of the Constitution. We are the one prepared the Constitution, means the Constituent Assembly. They drafted the Constitution. So we prepare the Constitution and we have the full authority over the Constitution. Okay, so it is written in the answers. You can see that it is the people of India who are the ultimate source of authority. We are the ultimate source of authority under the Constitution. In other words, the political sovereignty of India is vested in the people of India. So we know that we choose our representatives, we elected our representatives, and we have the right to right to vote as well as elect our representatives. Clear? That's why in the first letter of the preamble it is written that we the people of India, and Constitution is for the people of India, and we are the source of authority over the Constitution. Okay, we see the next word. Next word is printed in the capital letters. Printed in the capital letters is next is a sovereign state. Sovereign state. Okay, sovereign state. Then preamble declares that India is a sovereign state. India is a sovereign state. That means sovereign means we are completely independent. Okay, so we know that Britishers were ruling in India. We got independence in 1947. Clear. So we got independence, but we are not completely independent. But after making the constitution, we can say that we are completely independent and become a sovereign state, and nobody have control over us internally and externally. Okay, so it implies that India is not independent upon any outside authority. So other countries have no influence over us. So we dictate our internal and external policies. So means India is free to conduct its internal as well as external affairs. You understood? I think internal means our domestic affairs and as well as foreign matters. So external affairs, we dictate our foreign policies also. So means we are completely independent. That is the meaning of sovereign state. Sovereign country means completely independence. Independent, no foreign control, has no influence over us. Okay, it implies that India is not independent upon any outside authority, not dependent upon any outside authority. Not dependent means we are not depending upon any foreign means influence. Foreign, we are not under any foreign country. We are completely independent. India is free to conduct its internal as well as external affairs. Clear? And next letter is printed in the preamble, that is the socialist state. Okay, India is a social state, and those who prepared the constitution, they wanted to give a social state. Socialist means giving everybody equal, okay, giving equal distribution of material resources and opportunities. Then the term socialist lays emphasis on the resolution of the framers of the constitution to establish a socialist society. Socialist society means giving equal importance to all the individuals and as well as equal opportunity among all sections of the state, means people irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion. They intended to give equal importance to each and every section of the society. Okay, and the next one, next word is printed in our preamble, that is a secular state. Okay, the word secular means that neither does India have a state religion like Pakistan and Iran, nor does it identify itself with a particular religion. That means you know that we never speak that India is a Muslim country or Hindu country or Christian country. Okay, it's not based on any religion, and we don't have any state religion. State religion like Pakistan and Iran. So our country is a secular country. Secular country means not based on any religion. All have the freedom. So in the fundamental right, it is written that we have the freedom to choose our religion. Any religion, we can believe in any religion, we can profess, we can practice. Okay, we got the complete freedom in from our constitution. So again, it is written in the preamble that India is a secular state. Secular state means it is not based on any religion. Okay, and the next point, that is a democratic state. India is a democratic state. This means that in the governance of the country, political power is vested in the people of the country, and that is invariably exercised by elected representatives of the people. So, you know that democratic state means we have the right to choose our representatives, not only in the state legislative assemblies, central legislative assemblies, as well as in the panchayat. Okay, in the local bodies, everywhere we have the right to choose our representatives. So it shows that means India is a democratic country. So the next point is that printed in the capital letters. Okay, that is the last one, that is known as a republic. The term republic refers to a form of government that has an elected representatives as the head of the state for a fixed period of time. Head of the state has no hereditary rights and derives his or her authority from the citizen of the country. So, really, the word republic means the head of the state is elected by the people. Here, the head of the state means head of the state. We used to say that president. President is the head of the state, and president is the first citizen. Okay, so head of the state is elected by the people. We know that our president is elected by what is that state legislative assemblies and parliaments. Okay, means they are elected by the elected members of the parliament and the state legislative assemblies for a fixed term of 5 years. So president is also elected from one constituency, as well as he is elected by the parliament as well as state legislative assemblies. So this is not based on the basis of hereditary. Means they are elected by the he or she is elected by the people. So that is the meaning of republic. Okay, the term republic refers to a form of government. It is a form of government that has an elected representatives. Who is elected representatives? Means the head of the state. Okay, the head of the state is elected by the people. So these are the things. Okay, preamble giving more importance to we are the source of the authority. Means again means a sovereign state, next socialist, next secular, and as well as India is a republic. Our head of the state is elected by the people.